literally sprinting with this project, given its location and the talented team we have.
Volta Metals is a mineral exploration company focused on critical metals, including rare earths, gallium, lithium, cesium, and tantalum, with its flagship road-accessible Springer rare earth and gallium deposit near Sudbury, Ontario. We interviewed Kerem a few months back, and the company has started releasing results from its current Springer project drill program, including this week's high-grade intercept of 77 grams per ton gallium over 116.8 meters at the Springer project. I'm Martin Gagel with Market Radius Research. Please remember, this is neither recommendation nor investment advice. We're here to learn about the company. Kerem, thank you for joining us. It's been a few weeks since we've chatted. How are things going?
Good. No, thanks for having me. We're literally sprinting with this project, given its location and the talented team we have. It's going pretty good right now.
All right. Yeah, those look like solid results, although I think we're going to have to go over what good and great and that results are for gallium. I don't think a lot of people really understand what's good and not so good. So why don't you give us why don't we start with the drill results and give us a quick overview on what you saw there and what that means?
Yeah, I wanna just reiterate what a good grade for gallium is. Like you mentioned, not a lot of people know because it's an element, it's not a mineral. Gallium, for people that don't know much, but it is a byproduct of aluminum or zinc smelting. Therefore, the highest grade gallium containing mineral is bauxite. It's an aluminum mineral. What are we looking at? Around 50 to 54, 55 grams per ton. That's the highest grade naturally found in a mineral that you can get. So that gives you so I put on the news release as well, like anything below 30 is probably not economic. So 30 to 50, 30 to 60 is good, decent grade that you can, probably make money depending on, what is associated with. But anything over that 60 is exceptional. It's high grade. So usually don't go over 100, but we did. So what we have is the first batch from one of the first boreholes that we drilled, not the entire borehole, about the top almost 120 meters of it. Came back with fully mineralized. The entire intercept is 77 grams per ton over 117 meters almost. So that's the entire thing. So it has obviously higher grade intercepts, like sections in it, like a meter over 330 grams per ton, 300 grams over a meter and a half, and so forth. It's very consistent. But what we are seeing is it's almost corresponds to the high-grade rare earth elements that we intersected within this deposit. So we're still trying to understand. It's probably not linear everywhere we see rare earths that are high, because remember, this is a rare earth project that is high-grade, and mineralization started on surface with an added on high-grade gallium. So that's what we're seeing. Very exciting.
So I just want to highlight, this is at surface. The 117, call it 117 meters, starts at surface.
It's almost at surface. We didn't assay the top parts, but yes, the mineralization starts at surface. Just a little bit of overburden, a few meters, but yeah.
Did you do assays for the rare earths on this section of the core as well?
Yes, those were announced like late 2025, right after we drilled. I think either late November or December, sometime around that. So more to come. So gallium took longer because it's a different system of assaying, and it's very, very specialized, to be honest. So it's not in the same package, let's put it this way.
So this is from the data we saw in November. I believe you got the initial rare earths out, and now we're getting the gallium data on.
Correct. So I expect the rest to come in the next couple of weeks as well. The rest of the boreholes, the rest of this borehole. So we're gonna continue to release as we get them. Because the mineralization, the drilling was left in mineralization, the previous program, the last program that we did in 2025, at the end of 2025, we started drilling again. Now we're going a really bigger program. So expect more results to come in a couple of months and onwards.
Yeah.
These things take time, but we just started drilling. So
And do you expect to release the rare, like each borehole, each drill will get sort of two releases, one for the rare earths and then a follow-up one on the gallium?
I am guessing this new program, based on our conversations with the laboratory, is going to have the rare earths and gallium together. Because
Okay.
now that this is what we know, we're looking for, they know, and we discussed it with them. We expect maybe a few day delays. That's what we're trying to accelerate, and I'm hoping to release borehole by borehole rare earth and gallium at the same time, starting late March. That's why it might take a little bit longer. We just finished our first borehole. So end of January, they receive it, let's say, and then I'll say 6 to 8 weeks. Later in March, we should have the first borehole from this current drilling results. But there's more exciting stuff coming up before that as well.
Well, just let's talk about this drill program. And this ties back into December, I believe, where you raised some money. Can you
Yeah.
tell us about the money you raised and the plans for that money?
Yeah, because we left this in mineralization, what we are seeing, we wanted to expand from that. Our previous drilling, last drilling, was we drilled outside of the current shell and we hit mineralization entirely. So we wanted to expand on that. This money goes into this drilling. So we're doing almost 50-50 expansion and definition. So we're increasing our confidence on this resource. That's one thing we're doing. And it's going to be bigger, getting gallium results as well. But we're also going to we are doing geophysical work and some other techniques, some other exploration tools to understand how far this strike goes, even at depth as well, to generate more targets. So I don't believe we're going to stop there. So this program is 6,000 meters. We're drilling that, geophysics and everything else. So that's all fully funded. We are doing metallurgical work. We're doing all the environmental studies. It's all funded by this money that we raise. So every dollar is going into the ground, mostly in the first 6 months.
The 6,000 meters, how deep are you're punching the holes on average? So how many holes can we be expecting out of these 6,000 meters?
It is evolving. Our initial plan was about 16 to 18 boreholes. I think we're going to hit at least 20 boreholes.
Nice.
We didn't anticipate to drill more than 450 meters at this point. The latest hole we drilled was vertical 465, all in mineralization, but because we want to have not only one deep hole with high grades, we're building a deposit here. So we really want to tighten it and increase our confidence levels in terms of the resource that we have. So currently that's our plan, but it's evolving as we go, as you can imagine, as we find more.
It is a current deposit. You have a resource estimate on it, but you are refreshing it given your recent drill results, and we're expecting that relatively soon as well. The fresh resource estimate?
Yeah, the updated resource estimate is scheduled to come sometime in February. In the next few weeks, we expect to have that. We know it's going to be bigger based on the drilling we had and everything else. We just, we'll see how big it is going to get. That is not going to include a gallium resource because we just got the results. So I'm expecting that to come about after we get all the results. Maybe we'll do an amendment or maybe do another update with the current drilling. So we'll see how things go, depending on obviously the confidence levels that the consultants will have.
The reason the resource estimate didn't initially have the gallium in it was just you weren't really aware it was there or it's significant, and so you didn't do the work associated with it. Now that you understand how as well that it's there and how the world's changed, that now you're going to add that in a future resource estimate.
Partly, yes. The previous owners, when they did the resource estimate in 2012, gallium was not valuable. Nobody cared about gallium like any other element that is out there in the nature. So they didn't include that. But when we were going through the data, we were looking at when we were doing the due diligence in April, May, sometime before we acquired this, I realized that there's a lot of gallium intercepts. So That's what I was expecting, hopefully these results to come in earlier, but we just got them. So it just didn't make the cut, to be honest. That's where we
Yeah.
are. Obviously, we wanted to drill and confirm those results. To our pleasant surprise, they came back with this borehole, particularly. I mean, not every borehole is going to be the same, obviously, but it came back a little bit better than we expected. So I'm confident that we're going to have a good resource for gallium in the coming months, following the initial rare earth resource that we're going to have in February.
So you've got a lot of data coming up. You've got a resource estimate. You've got some more drill results coming out. And so hopefully that's a lot more good news.
Yeah, we are also doing, we started in late October, PEA level, or actually PFS level metallurgical work to map out the recovery circuit and the recovery ratios for a concentrate. So that work is underway. That's following the liberation test we did earlier. So I expect that results and the report to come out sometime in March, maybe second half of March. So that's another milestone. That's another major de-risking of this project. That way we are going to understand which rare earths, how much of it are going to be recovered, with what technique, and what the concentrate is going to look like. That will give us really good information. And I'm looking at having a gallium recovery answer as well with that. So,
all right.
yeah.
That's going to be, that's going to be fascinating data once we get all that out. Okay. Well, you've got a lot going on, a busy couple of months, a busy flow of news. Anything else do you want to highlight before we wrap it up here?
Yeah, those are in the next little while. So constant news flow, and then the drill results are going to come following that. With all this information, including the baseline studies, environmental studies that we did, we're going to be ready for a technical study. So we will be doing at least a PEA later spring. So that should come about sometime in April or Q3 at the latest. So that's another milestone in the next 6 months that we're going to achieve.
And you're fully funded with this recent raise to go through all that?
All of that are fully funded at this point, yes. I mean, it's going to get bigger and more activities are going to come about, hopefully, from that. So we'll see where we're at in the second half of the year.
Kerem, thank you. I appreciate the update. Exciting news and lots of great news flow, hopefully coming up here in the next couple of months. Thank you.
Likewise, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.